Hello guys, today we are here talking with Can with an inspiring international student, Rikin Shah, who came here on our invitation. Thank you, Rikin Shah, for coming here.
My pleasure. It was great talking to you.
Same here. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And today's whole session is all about how international students see the future in Canada. What are the positives, negatives? We will discuss about each and every topic. And it's not just focusing on one topic. We invited Rikin Shah just for one thing, and that is how international students feel about Canada. And when I spoke to him, he's having a lot of ideas, a lot of questions, a lot of positivity where I think most of our community are looking answer for. So Rikin Shah, कैसे हो भाई?
Thank you for having me here.
और बताओ कैसे चल रहा है जिंदगी?
Good. I think Canada has been a great journey. Of course, utar chadhav, just like everything, it is a part of life, and I think it's all about the mindset. So jitna jaldi aap wo, like if you know the why, I think it becomes a lot more easier.
That's true. और बाकी अभी पढ़ाई वगैरह कैसे? What's the plan and what's the things going on with you?
So I did my 1-year course from Seneca. तो वो तो मैंने already कर लिया है. Like looking forward to next opportunities, next phase. But yeah, like so far decent.
Yeah, but Rikin have a very good profile where he has studied, he has a good experience. He came to Canada for a career switch and a upgrade. जो कि बहुत कम बच्चे होते हैं जो कि ऐसे सोचते हैं कि चलो यार डिग्री के बाद ऐसा नहीं कि दूसरी कंट्री में जाके सेटल होना है पैसे बनाने के लिए, लेकिन इज़ वन ऑफ द वेरी स्पेसिफिक पर्सन हु हैज़ अ की नीश ऑन कि चलो पढ़ाई की है, एक्सपीरियंस है, एंड नाउ आई एम कमिंग टू कैनेडा विद अ होप कि चलो जो मैं पढ़ाई करूँगा उससे मेरे को अच्छा एक जॉब मिलेगा. एंड दैट इज़ समथिंग विच मोर लाइक लिंक विथ रिंकिन एट दिस पॉइंट कि कैसे कि आपकी पढ़ाई डिग्री के बाद हाउ यू फोकस्ड ऑन कि आपको मार्केटिंग दिस में आपको इंटरेस्ट है, हाउ यू सेलेक्टेड दैट. क्योंकि बहुत सारे बच्चे होते हैं जो कि 12th करने के बाद डिग्री में क्या करना है पता नहीं होता, डिग्री के बाद उसके बाद क्या करना है पता नहीं होता. सो हाउ यू डिसाइडेड कि व्हाट इज़ योर इंटरेस्ट?
राइट, सो आई थिंक एक चीज़ ये होता है कि आप कॉन्स्टेंटली एक्सप्लोर करते रहो, बिकॉज ऑफकोर्स देयर इज सो मच मोर टुडे. तो आप छोटे छोटे कोर्सेज करो. स्पेशली कनाडा में मैंने एक चीज़ देखा है जो इंडिया में मैंने कभी नहीं देखा, दैट इज़ कि आप हर टाइम जब स्किल सेट बढ़ाते हो आपका वैल्यू बढ़ता है. एंड एवरी सर्टिफिकेशन दैट यू गेट, भले ऑन पेपर आपको लगता है अरे ये तो सब करते हैं, बट इट इज़ नॉट अबाउट द सर्टिफिकेशन नेसेसरली, इट इज़ द जर्नी इन दैट एंड योर इन्वेस्टमेंट. बिकॉज मोस्ट पीपल आर लुकिंग फॉर कि आप कितने कमिटेड हो टू सेल्फ लर्निंग. आई एम श्योर मोस्ट पीपल थिंक कि भाई इंडिया में अगर आप रहते हो, एंड अगेन आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू से एनी कंट्री इज गुड एंड बैड, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इट्स द माइंडसेट कि यहाँ पे आने के बाद आपको एक चीज़ करना पड़ेगा, इज कॉन्स्टेंटली अपस्किल. इंडिया में वी हैव अ वेरी सेटल्ड लाइफ, बट जब आप थोड़ा कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर आते हो लाइक यू नो व्हाट, आई हैव टू कीप इम्प्रूविंग, एंड दैट पुशेस यू टू लेवल्स विच यू वुड बी लाइक ओश, मैं अगर ये इंडिया में रहता तो मैं कभी नहीं फाइंड कर पाता ये. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज़ वॉट helped me, like I knew marketing was my thing, and यहाँ पे आने के बाद like of course now I'm not only thinking marketing but I'm also thinking as a holistic कि marketing ये सब integrate कैसे कर पाऊँ, because at the end of the day top line revenue जो हम बोलते हैं कि how can I add value to businesses, to employers, to everyone that I can work with. And I think the moment you understand that why, it will help you कि let's do this. But जब तक आपको नहीं मिलता, please keep exploring. That is what you're looking at.
And as an international student, how was your journey as a student? कि इंडिया में stable job था और experience लिया, family थी. How big was the decision to come to Canada?
It was massive. Like जब भी आप like मेरे जैसा बंदा जिसका 8 साल experience है, 7 साल experience है, to have that experience and then decide to come and start all over again, it is a big mentality shift, but also at the same time I think it really helped me because I really feel today we all are global citizens. कि you have opportunities, आप जाओ, आप explore करो, because not like one thing is you explore yourself, your limits, you know like what you're trying to pursue. Second is you also find so much opportunities जो आपको comfort में नहीं मिलता आपके घर पे. So I think that is one important part. So my journey has been pretty up and down, just like most students. कि I've had my struggles, I've had काम कर रहा हूँ, assignments कर रहा हूँ, job कर रहा हूँ, job search कर रहा हूँ. Luckily I got a job very early in my stint here, but then yes, to manage everything is one task, and then to justify and just do justice to it, because I had a good GPA as well, one of the top performers in my class, and I'm very proud because I was very serious about what I want to do. मेरे को खाली नाम के लिए यहाँ पे आके एक कम GPA लेके मेरे को जॉब नहीं करना था, पैसे नहीं कमाने थे. I wanted to do justice because I really emphasize a lot on skill set improvement. So that is, I think, it really helped me.
एंड जैसे अभी जो इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स जैसे आप आए हो, मैं भी वैसे ही आया हूँ. सो बट वॉट लाइक बोलते ना कि मैं आया था करीबन 8 साल पहले, आप अभी रिसेंटली आए हो. सो व्हेन वी केम हियर दैट टाइम आई बिलीव द कंपटीशन वाज लेस, but still there was a competition because the wage was not that good. There was no that much of awareness about the immigration. There was less like struggle with the immigration to get a PR and those kind of things. Nowadays I believe it's more. But as a international students who recently arriving, can you name out some of the challenges कि बच्चे लोगों को ऐसे कौन-कौन से topics हैं they feel struggle with?
I think quite a few things. One is एक आपका mindset आपको बना के आना पड़ेगा कि आप क्यों आ रहे हो. Because lot of times वो cycle बहुत easy है जाने के लिए कि अच्छा यहाँ पे आ गए, अब ends meet करना है, तो कोई भी labor job आप ले लोगे, आप करते रहोगे, पर आप पढ़ाई पे ध्यान नहीं दे रहे हो, आप स्किल सेट इंप्रूव नहीं कर रहे हो. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाई आर यू हियर इज नॉट बिकॉज आई एम नॉट सेइंग लेबर जॉब और एनी जॉब इज बैड, एवरीथिंग इज ग्रेट, बट यू नीड टू नो योर व्हाई. अगर आप यहाँ पे आए हो टू वर्क इन मे बी एज अ मार्केटर, एज अ फाइनेंसर, एज इन अ बैंकर और व्हाटएवर, इफ यू नो दैट, आपको वो ईजी पड़ जाएगा. बिकॉज वो साइकिल बहुत ईजी है कि आप एक जॉब में अगर आप रह गए तो वो 4-5 साल निकल जाता है और आपको पता भी नहीं चलता. सो दैट इज़ वन थिंग दैट आई वुड डेफिनेटली से कि वहाँ पे लोगों को बहुत स्ट्रगल हो जाता है कि यार 3 साल चले गए, 4 साल चले गए, आई एम नॉट ग्रोइंग. दिस इज वाई यू केम हियर. दैट इज़ वन थिंग. सेकेंड, आई थिंक कि यहाँ पे like not negativity, but when you listen to stories that didn't work out, that could also be like, oh, that is me. It is very easy to get attracted to negativity. And I'm not saying कि भाई सब रोजी है, नहीं है, but वही तो एडवांटेज है आपको कि अगर आप आपका माइंडसेट अच्छा रखते हो, चेंज रखते हो, थोड़ा बेटर रखते हो, you already have an edge over most others. So if you can do that, that gives you an edge. But I see most people falling into that कि भाई नहीं यार, ये मज़ा नहीं आ रहा है, ये वर्कआउट नहीं हो रहा है, अरे बहुत स्ट्रगल है. It's easy to get into that. So that is the other part that I think individual level पे ये है. बाकी yes, 100% employers, jobs मिलना, those things are seasonal. But I think that can always be worked about. So that is what I think is 2 things that I can think right away.
Okay. So related to employment when we talk about, so जैसे अभी आप आए हो, आपके पास डिग्री थी, आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस था. When you compare yourself who have these 2 things compared to international students who may not have a degree or who may have a degree but don't have an experience, how these 2 individuals are different? Like, is it like you have more advantage, or you think that no, I have less advantage because of my age? So how the things goes?
Again, it's the same thing. I think it's all about mindset. I had a lot of experience. I thought by default मेरा value better है, but नहीं था ऐसा. I see people who don't have my experience, my skill set, but they're still getting job. Now, in either case, the point is कि you have to do your bit. ये मैं बहुत ही मेरे को लाइफ ने एक चीज़ सिखा दिया कि आपने जो पहले किया है वो मैटर नहीं करता. Yes, it is great to have that skill set, but the whole idea is कि आपको वापस से चालू करना है. And most often than not, I'm overqualified for a lot of jobs and underqualified for a lot of jobs. So I'm stuck in between. कि यार उसके लिए अप्लाई नहीं कर सकता और इसके लिए भी नहीं कर सकता. तो I still have to start from zero. So that is where they have an advantage कि today why would someone invest in a 32-year-old versus someone who is 24-year-old? Energy है, ये है, वो है. So I think it is you who decides what advantages you have. And once you know that advantages, work on your amplify your strengths. उस पे आप काम करो. और जो आपकी weakness है, ठीक है, if you think you want to improve on, do it. But focus on your strengths more. I think that is the best way to do it, rather than be like अरे नहीं यार ये भी, like don't get pulled into too many things. ये भी करेंगे, ये भी करेंगे, नहीं, उतना टाइम नहीं होता लोगों के. So I think that is an important part कि आप amplify करो आप.
You need to be focused. don't listen too many of rumors,
100%.
and do your research.
Yeah,
Positive attitude is one of the most important thing in Canada.
correct.
Definitely. Can you tell me, as per the international student, what makes you, like जैसे आपने बताया कि ऐसे बच्चे हैं जिनके पास एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है उनको जॉब मिल रही है, बट ऐसे भी हैं जिनके पास एक्सपीरियंस है नहीं मिल रहा है, बट what you believe that is most important factor to get a job in Canada?
Again, there are a couple of things. Again, I keep coming back to skill set. You have to have skill set today. References, like for example, अगर आप आज marketing में आए हो, now understand the market. See, like I definitely believe this, that India's digital marketing game is way ahead than Canada, and I say that with lot of pride because मैंने वहाँ पे काम किया. यहाँ पे मैं friends जो अच्छे खासे positions पे है उनसे बात करता हूँ, तो यहाँ पे it is not that ahead. But the advantage if you are coming here is कि now you're not like जो आपके पास है वहाँ पे वो यहाँ पे अगर नहीं चल रहा है, वो आप blend कैसे कर सकते हो जो यहाँ पे चल रहा है. For example, my marketing skill set there, and now if I can blend it with maybe a technical skill like a Salesforce, like maybe project management, like data analytics, because this is a very tech driven market is what I personally feel. और मैंने जिनसे भी बात किया जो 2-3-4 साल से काम कर रहे अच्छी कंपनीज में, उन्होंने बोला yes, there are times where people do get very excited about Salesforce certification, this certification, because it really helps them. So यहाँ पे Salesforce और वो सब काफ़ी यूज्ड होता है. इंडिया में उतना यूज नहीं होता unless you are in a big company like Deloitte, PwC or whatever those companies are. So I think that is one advantage कि आप दोनों blend कर सकते हो. So now your value is also more because आप खाली एक skill set पे focus नहीं कर रहे, आप दोनों merge कर रहे हो. Automatically कितने जन ने वो merge करा है? नहीं है ज़्यादा. Hence you have a niche that you've created for yourself.
Makes sense. So these are the questions which I think was I needed to ask an international student. But now from immigration point of view, or you ask me the doubts and queries, what you think, what every international student wanted to hear and have an idea to have a successful life in Canada.
Sure. So I have quite a few questions primarily around के people live their lives in their home countries, India, Asia, जहाँ से भी आप Asian country या जहाँ से भी हो आप. One is कि Canada as a market compared to other markets like US, UK, all those is a smaller market in terms of just the population size in terms of business. Why should they pick Canada even today? Because Canada has also changed a lot in the last 5-7 years. So what is it that today people should look at, and what is it that they can see, you think in the future Canada is still going to be a top candidate or a top country to settle in because of whatever factors you think there are?
So one of the most important thing about the Canada is that Canada is a developed country. यहाँ पर आके कोई बच्चा पढ़ाई करता है, yeah, definitely the person can look into his own profession, but even the blue collar jobs या फिर जो भी हम labor jobs बोलते हैं, उसमें भी there is a minimum wage criteria which sufficiently makes that family to sustain. So which is not there in most of the countries. But second thing is free education for the family. अगर हम इंडिया की बात करें अभी, तो अगर मान लो एक बच्चा है जो कि एक प्राइवेट स्कूल में जाना चाहता है या फिर एक पब्लिक स्कूल में पढ़ रहा है, still there is an expenses associated with that. But there is like 20 to 30% of the expenses the parent has to keep it aside for the kids study. Second important thing is the medicals. So when we compare with a developed country, especially even in US, if you get something like emergency, okay, that's considered, but again without insurance it's not covered. In India छोटा सा एक मान लो in case accident हो गया या फिर कुछ health issue आ गया, that put a family from a higher social level to lower social level within 1 to 2 years क्योंकि expenses है. Canada do covers those. However, right now what is happening, what I'm seeing recently in last 4 years after the last election is government policies change, especially related to immigration, where आपने सुना होगा TR2 PR आ गया था, उसी साल में 75 का ड्रॉ आ गया था, उसी साल में कोविड की वजह से they just open and bring that many immigrants to Canada which Canada even cannot able to sustain. So बोलते हैं quality and quantity, that was somewhere compromised in 2021 and now which is going throughout, which is influencing a lot of international students. कि जो लोगों को PR मिला, now they are behind, like maybe they are claiming EI, maybe they are going back to the studies, maybe they are looking for some job in some other field, which is increasing the competition for those individuals like you who have experience, education, but still not getting the job. जब हम लोग आए थे करीबन 8 साल पहले की बात, तो उस टाइम पे competition was less. Okay, like when we go and meet an employer will have only like 10 resumes in front of him. When we knock the door, we can say that, okay, yeah, this is my qualification, this is how I can benefit you. But now, हर दूसरे तीसरा बच्चे के पास वो सर्टिफिकेशन है, बट एक्सपीरियंस नाउ that's something now employer has to take. And one of the thing as an employer, what I feel is personal references make a lot of difference. कि अगर मेरे को एक बच्चे के बारे में पता नहीं, अगर your resume is qualified and everything, there is somewhere in a Northern America where we say that कि over qualified, या बंदा टिकेगा कि नहीं टिकेगा. हो सकता है यार बंदा मेरे पास 1 साल रहे और बाद में चला जाए. So now how, like I cannot put a person on that contract कि नहीं बंदा 3-4 साल के रहे, because once you become a PR then you are having your own things to do. But as an employer now, when they are seeing कि yeah, particular community is coming, but yeah, they are dedicated, definitely they will support, but rumors are too much, like how it's in students जो believe करते हैं कि यार employer hire नहीं कर रहे. Being in that employer thing, I can say that we always look for a good qualified candidates, but references, resume, मतलब कि resume what you put for one job may not suitable for another job. References, most of the resume which comes to me, it says that references on request. For as per my HR team or me, that basically means that कि नहीं यार हम पूछेंगे तो why don't he put that, because again if that is there, the background check can be done in 2 days. So if I am looking for someone to hire immediately, I really like to have that resume which says what all skills I need, not something which is generic. So those are few things which I believe where international students can look into and have a better future. But I know the employment is not that great going on at this point, but overall if we see the current election is coming and a lot of regulation changes are already started to come, so this is gonna influence in a positive way. Let's hope for that. But these are the few points which I would like to point out.
Got it. So again, my other part to this, my follow-up to this would be कि जैसे government, I know they have tried to ensure that now they have a cap, and that helps couple of things. One is housing crisis, one is the other part which is like now they want to ensure that even the cream crowd comes in, because as you mentioned कि इतने सारे जन आ गए कि what difficult था वो. So considering that the government has added $20,000 का GIC, when I came it was 10,000. it पहले तो शायद I don't know उसके पहले कम था. और now as a international student, someone is going to think यार $20,000 अगर invest करना ही है, why not think about UK, US जहाँ पे opportunities may be ज़्यादा है, maybe currency is also more stronger than Canada, which is of course the truth, and possibly the market is also big, you know, like, so why would they not consider that over Canada, especially जब हम यहाँ पे ये भी बोल रहे हैं कि elections might change or might influence for the better, but that is still a couple of years down the line. So why not that versus this, and what do you think about that?
So 2 points majorly. One, when we see Canada compared to any other country like US or UK, Canada has better possibility of getting the PR. Okay, you invest, it's not like 100% guarantee, but at least if you follow a path, it is almost assured 80%, 90% कि चलो यार तुमने स्टडी करने आए हो, वर्क परमिट किया है, सर्टेन जॉब्स में गए हो, you get a PR. When we compare to UK or US, they are the one of the like those countries which already got saturated with the immigrants, and now they are changing their policy. Like recently happened with UK. Earlier they used to bring a lot of spouses, like workers, and get the green card, citizens there. Now recently they have made the change. I'm getting a lot of calls from UK people, especially the nurses who are working there, that now they are planning to switch the country, and option is Canada, because in Canada if they invest, they get the PR stability. Same thing goes with UAE countries. Yeah, people go there, make money. Definitely the currency is more stronger than compared to Canada. But what after 10 years, when their age is 40, if that time that country believes that no, you are not a suitable candidate or strong candidate. If the person go back, then again that individual who have a lot of experience abroad now going back and starting from a basic. Canada is one of positive thing in that. Second and most important thing which I would like to point out is about the currency one. So when we look into a currency, Canada is, yes, not that strong as the pounds or the US. However, it's very stable. When we compare with India right now, where it's falling down day by day, I can say that Canada is still maintaining that. And compared to US and Canada, the dollars are way more weightage. So hourly wage, when we compare in India, where the person may be making 200 to 500 rupees in a day, here in Canada with a minimum wage also, a student can also sustain his life, may not be saving that much of money to be honest, but at least can sustain in a life in a way that which is way more better than compared to back home. And the most important thing is politics. Any country, right now the crisis is happening, economic crisis, immigration thing, changing in almost all the developed countries. But in Canada specifically, the politics is something which is deciding their economy and immigration. So Justin Trudeau government that supports immigrants a lot, but few of the steps what they have taken backfired them, and now they are trying to copy the conservative plans where they are trying to support the Canadian citizens or the PR people who are already in Canada. But now, because of that sudden change from last 2 years, we are noticing that the immigration is getting a little bit difficult. But however, as per me, still, Canada don't need the white collar jobs. Canada is very specific with, okay, either, like you said, the cream kind of that, okay, you are skilled, you have education, you bring money or you bring wealth to Canada, your life would be way more safer here. So it's not about the white collar job, it's like skilled workers, agriculture, trade workers, healthcare, and like transportation. These are the backbone of Canadian economy. And last 1 year, we can see that Canada is specifically looking into where they are not looking into the CRS point and high English proficiency for them. Even someone having a low proficiency in English, at least 1 year of agriculture experience, getting a PR right away. So again, that's a mindset which no one that much talk about the immigration thing. But when we look into the backside of the fact, it makes sense. Like Canada is not looking for supervisors. They don't looking for the restaurant field. They don't wanted a person who is working in office as a manager, HR. Canada is more looking into those occupations or those sectors which can build Canada and can bring them out of the economic crisis. That would be my token on how the scenario is right now going and why Canada is better, still better than compared to other countries.
Right. So would you suggest in that case, as you mentioned, 4-5 fields, right, which is what Canada right now is focusing on, people who are not from that field, would you suggest them to come at this time, or should they wait it out and see if this is like STEM as an example? STEM is always in demand, doesn't matter where you're going. But then marketing, finance, banking, other, like anything that's not mentioned, should they think about coming to Canada at this point, or should they be like, no, let me see what the economy is like and if we are in demand there? Because at the end of the day, the whole game is demand and supply.
Yes.
If there is a demand, I'm there. If there is no demand, what am I going to do there? So what do you think about that then?
So always it depends upon the country's intake. Mm-hmm. So if we are looking into finance, we're looking into most of the office kind of jobs or the white collar jobs. One of the things is AI, like softwares. Like it's not like 10 years back when manpower was needed more than compared to software. Now softwares are taking over most of the labor work. So now one thing, Canada or any other country, like even a developing country, may be looking for those individuals who have skills. Like for example, in India, if you say you're a plumber, so every parents wanted their kids to be IT, engineer, doctors, like banker, those kind of good IAS officer. But when you come and see in Canada, you will notice one thing, that you can see engineer, doctors who are working in a factory. But if a plumber come to your home just for an inspection, you may need to pay $250 just for inspection. So Canada is not a country, or like I would say, it's a two different kind of countries having its own advantage and disadvantage. But Canada look and value more about the skilled workers or those individuals who build Canada from the base, because Canada is a growing country where they need infrastructures, they need more like IT development, because now the AI thing, most of the from US companies are coming to Canada. Canada is introducing those individuals who have a H1B visa getting an open work permit in Canada. So the brain drain, what usually was a negative, or I would say was not that good for Indian community at that point, now Canada is trying to take advantage of that, which US has did around 5-10 years back. So it's all keep on changing. But coming to your question, that what the other like professionals do who are not in that particular stream, look into two things, like what is your motive in your life, or what is your short-term goal or long-term goal. If your goal is to be settled in abroad, definitely you may need to look into certain occupations which are valuable to that country and bring back you a cashback. But if you are looking into a country where, okay, man, I just wanted to make money, then I will go back and settle in my own country, then I would say US, UK, UAE countries would be the much more better options, because there you make a lot of money. However, the long-term goal is to still go back.
आपका मोटिव आप पहले देखो, and if you want to switch and if you think there are perks enough switch करने में, तो आप करो. क्योंकि इंडिया में, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, एक मैकेनिक और एक मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर बहुत अलग कमाता है. यहाँ पे पूरा उल्टा है, बिकॉज व्हाट कनाडा एज अ मार्केट इज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे डिमांड सप्लाई रूल. So in that case, would you suggest someone के because it's still relevant or related, you switch it, or should be like no, like wait it out कि आपको जब तक job नहीं मिलता आपके field में कि, or it's like no, there's a great opportunity, अगर you can fill that gap, do it.
Canada is one of the country जहाँ पर अगर आप पढ़ाई के लिए आए हो, तो might be from engineering, commerce, कुछ भी, but once you come here and you are on work permit, आप कुछ भी काम कर सकते हो. So even a person is a skilled in healthcare, doctor hai, but that person have now a good idea in a business. He wanted to invest something. The Canadian government will support that. Now the point is कि it's not कि जैसे हम अभी back home रहते थे, यार मैंने engineering पढ़ा है, I will only work in that. Makes sense. Okay, you should try for that. But if you have a better skills, Canada can give you the option. So मान लो कि अभी कोई बच्चा भी वर्क परमिट में है, स्टडी करने आया है, या फिर किसी के स्पाउस यहाँ पर है जो कि बैक होम इंजीनियर थे, बट नाउ इफ दे कम हियर एंड दे आइडेंटिफाई कि या नाउ आई बीइंग लाइक यू सेड नाउ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर, okay, why should I work as a mechanic? In Canada, if you become a mechanic, it's not only the trade which can get you a PR, but also it can get you double or triple kind of salary than what a mechanical engineer is making. And to get those kind of license, it's one of the most difficult thing. तो ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना कि यार कोई बच्चा आए और 3 साल तक सिर्फ पढ़ाई करे. Man, they have to pay their bills. So when practically looking into, always Canada give that opportunity कि you can switch your careers. So for example, in my case, I came as a nurse here. I got my license here, but then I have an interest in business. So I went into real estate. I started the immigration. So always Canada is one of the country which can offer you this kind of variety कि यार जो करना है करो, तुम पैसे बनाओ ताकि तुम मेरे को टैक्स भरो. बट वही अगर मान लो इंडिया में है, देन वी ओनली फोकस टूवर्ड्स कि नहीं यार मेरा करियर ये है, मैं सिर्फ यही कर सकता हूँ. एंड इन कैनेडा इट्स ऑल अबाउट बिजनेस. यू कैन बी ऑन अ पेरोल फॉर 10-20 years. Okay, you have a class, but once you start your own business, then you are on a next level. So every international student, like I really wanted to recommend that, try to find your interest. अगर आपके अंदर वो बिजनेस का स्किल है, या फिर आपके अंदर स्किल है कि आप स्किल्ड में जा सकते हो, स्किल्ड वर्कर में जा सकते हो, ट्राई टू स्विच इट. डोंट जस्ट कीप ऑन वर्किंग ऑन कि नहीं आई स्टडी दिस मच, आई इन्वेस्ट दिस मच इन लाइक इन कॉमर्स और इन IT, और मैं उसी में काम करूंगा जो कि आपका टाइम और पैसा दोनों बर्बाद कर रहा है. लुक इनटू द अपॉर्चुनिटीज विच इज यू आर हैविंग.
या फिर लाइक ऑफ कोर्स अगर आपको यहाँ पे रहना है, देन दैट इज द बेस्ट वे. अदरवाइज मे बी जहाँ पे अपॉर्चुनिटी बेटर है, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे यू विल बी डूइंग ग्रेट इनजस्टिस टू योरसेल्फ, क्योंकि आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कुछ बट डिमांड ही नहीं उसका.
यस,
गॉट इट. Another question that I have seen this a lot again, you know, we talk about के हम इतना देखते हैं online, you know, what is this entire chatter. I see a reverse immigration का बहुत, you know, बहुत निकला है ये पूरा wave. Rightly, wrongly, of course, personal experience है सबके, which is great, you know. But what do you think about this? And ये कहाँ तक ज़्यादा देखने मिला है? Because I see students, I see people who've come here for work permit and all that. And I know personally someone जो दुबई था, यहाँ पे PR मिला, 3-4 महीने में वापस चले गए. Due to whatever reason, पैसा या फिर opportunities या फिर I don't know what. But ये बहुत बड़ा वेव देखने मिला है. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दैट एंड व्हाट आर द रीजंस, अगर आपको पता है, इफ यू कैन यू नो ब्रेक दैट डाउन फॉर यू नो एवरीवन, एंड दैट वुड रियली हेल्प देम आल्सो फिगर कि भाई ये मेरे लिए है कि नहीं.
सो नाउ इमिग्रेशन इज ऑलवेज अबाउट कि यार एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग एवरीवन इज लुकिंग टू मेक मनी, अपॉर्चुनिटी, लाइफ स्टैंडर्ड एंड हैप्पी फैमिली. तो अगर मान लो कि जैसे आपने बताया कि आपके दोस्त है जो कि यहाँ पर आया, उसने स्टडी किया, वर्क लिया, PR लिया, नाउ ही मूव्ड. So think about it. He has his anchor in Canada now. That okay, he has invested money, he got a PR. So now his motive is to work in specific field, make money, because in Dubai you don't have to pay the taxes. In Canada, you make $1, you start paying taxes on that. So when we look into that point of view कि यार मैं 100,000 का सैलरी ले रहा हूँ, मेरे अकाउंट में सिर्फ 60,000 आ रहा है और उसके ऊपर मैं जो भी सामान खरीदा उस पर भी मेरे को टैक्स भरना है. Okay, same thing in India also. But when they compare themselves with कि यार the same amount of money if I make in Dubai, the whole money goes to my pocket. Okay, so now short term and long term goal again. Short term, Dubai is best because now you make money, you keep it, but you need to invest it somewhere for your future, for your retirement. In Canada, you make money, you pay taxes, but now your kids' education is free, medicals is free. Emergency is not that great, to be really honest to you, but still it is good. And third thing, once you get retired from here in Canada, the government pays you money. जो कि अगर मान लो अभी इंडिया की बात करते हैं, you need to have your pension plan set up. Canada automatically do that. So it all depends upon the mindset of the individual कि how they are looking into. So reverse immigration, एक और चीज बताऊंगा, human tendency, no one want to tell if they fail in something. जैसे मान लो यार मैंने एक एग्जाम दिया और मैं फेल हो गया, विल आई से दैट कि मैं फेल हो गया क्योंकि मैंने पढ़ाई नहीं की, या फिर मैं ये बोलूँगा नहीं यार मेरे को इंटरेस्ट नहीं था उस एग्जाम में. गॉट इट? सो पीपल ट्राई टू कवर देयर नेगेटिव्स विथ समथिंग पॉजिटिव. So most of the individual where you see that now they are trying to switch the countries or moving back or going to other country, there is always a reason behind it. Maybe that they are not getting a proper job, maybe they are not getting that lifestyle what they are expected here, they are not making the money what they are should be because of a good career what they had back home, they left it. or they might have seen that कि चलो यार पैसा बनाना है मेरे को, क्यों ना मैं दूसरी कंट्री में जाके पैसा बनाऊँ, मैं क्यों यहाँ रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा अल्टीमेट एम है कि मैं वापस इंडिया जाऊँ. So Canada is different in a way कि it's a for long term if you have a skill set which you can make a revenue on. But if you wanted to be on a payroll and you're looking कि नहीं यार चलो आराम से ज़िंदगी जानी चाहिए, 8 to 5 जॉब करना है, then you always have a lot of opportunities. But every international student young mind 30 से पहले डिसीजन ले लिया करो कि तुम्हें करना क्या है. There are individuals who make a decision at 40 saying that कि नहीं मैंने दुबई में पैसा तो कमा लिया है, but now I want to come to Canada to get a PR. जितना पैसा बनाया है वो पैसा वो इमिग्रेशन में डाल देते हैं. And on the other hand we have like 20-30 that age में international students जो ये सोचते हैं कि नहीं यार पैसा नहीं बना पा रहे, let's go to other country and make the money. So always there is two side of story which everyone need to understand before they're making decision in their own life.
Right, it's a very personal thing, right? कि मतलब आप कभी भी एक इंडिविजुअल को देख के ये नहीं बोल सकते कि अरे उसने ऐसा किया तो मैं भी ऐसा करता हूँ.
Yes.
Because even while आपका जर्नी काफ़ी सिमिलर, लाइक मेरे खुद के ब्रदर के साथ मेरा जर्नी अगर कितना भी सिमिलर हो, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे हम कैसे सोचते हो पूरा अलग है. सो आई टोटली गेट दैट. बट हाँ मतलब वही दैट इज़ व्हाट आई वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज ये बहुत बड़ा एक आई वुड नॉट से worrying, बट इट ऑल्सो पुट्स अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन पीपल कि यार मैं काफ़ी you know expectations काफ़ी प्लानिंग करके आया था. नाउ इफ आई हैव टू मूव बैक, 1 स्टूडेंट लोन निकालना है, 2 अगर वापस जा रहा हूँ देन आई हैव टू स्टार्ट ऑल ओवर अगेन. एंड दैट इज़ वेरी डॉन्टिंग कि आप यार इतना आपने प्लान किया एंड सडनली वो आपने अब नहीं हो रहा है, नाउ वी हैव टू स्टार्ट ऑल ओवर अगेन. सो मेरे को उसके लिए जानना था कि यू नो व्हाट वाज दैट इंटायर रिवर्स इमिग्रेशन.
But I would like to add just one small thing there. That shock usually come to every international student because of two things. One, the picture the immigration agents showing you in India. कि नहीं तुम जाओ यार यूके जाओ, यूएस जाओ, कनाडा जाओ, तुम्हारी लाइफ दूसरे में तुम पहले दिन से लाखों छापोगे. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस अबाउट कि रियलिटी में क्या चल रहा है. So for example, like I was in India for 8 months last year, where I have met thousands of immigrants, like those aspirants, I would say, the young minds जो wanted to come to Canada, but they don't want to come here and study. The mindset was कि work permit कैसे मिलेगा? Because now the work permit to get in Canada you need LMI. But वो लोगों को वो एजेंट ने ऐसा बताया कि जैसे दुबई में होता है वैसे कनाडा में होता है कि तुम वहाँ जाओ विजिटर वीज़ा में, तुम्हें एम्प्लॉयर मिल जाएगा, तुम उनसे थ्रू तुम वर्क परमिट ले लोगे, तुम पहले दिन जब लैंड करोगे 1 महीने के लिए तुम्हारा वर्क परमिट, फिर तुम्हारा पीआर. रियलिटी इज डिफरेंट. और स्टूडेंट बोलते हैं कि लुकिंग फॉर अ शॉर्टकट्स, आई वुड से कि यार जल्दी जल्दी सेटल होना है, तो चलो यार पैसा खर्च हो रहा है कर देंगे क्योंकि मॉम डैड पे कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाट माय सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट वुड बी इज कि पेरेंट्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, बोलते हैं कि हर एक की जिंदगी में एक पेरेंट्स होते हैं यार जो कि डिसीजन करते हैं, बट आफ्टर सर्टन एज वी थिंक दैट कि नहीं उनको पता नहीं है. But if those parents can talk to the kids, do their research, talk to someone who is already living in that particular country, you can know the reality. और वो कल्चरल शॉक या फिर वो एक सेटबैक उन स्टूडेंट्स को सबसे ज़्यादा रहता है जिनके एजेंट्स ने उनके दिमाग में ये बैठाया रहता है कि तुम स्टूडेंट बन के जाओगे, तुम 40 घंटे काम करोगे, तुम साथ में पढ़ाई करोगे और तुम मिलियनेयर हो. सो इट्स रियली नीडेड कि एवरी पेरेंट्स शुड टेक दिस challenge in their life कि यार before they send their loving kid to abroad away from them, make their mindset कि यार उनको करना क्या है, उनको वो कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते हैं. वो सब चीज़ें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है जो पेरेंट्स को इंपॉर्टेंट है, और डेफिनेटली स्टूडेंट्स भी आज के टाइम में गूगल करके दे कैन नो द रियलिटी रादर देन फॉलोइंग सम फॉलोवर्स या फिर व्हाट इमिग्रेशन फर्म सेइंग, दे जस्ट बिलीविंग दैट ब्लाइंडली.
करेक्ट. एंड आई थिंक बिकॉज एज ह्यूमंस आपको कितना भी फैक्ट्स पता क्यों ना हो, आप सोचते तो इमोशनली हो. And that is where most people really get it wrong कि यार मेरे को पता है कि यार this sounds fishy, but because they think कि नहीं मेरे साथ ये गलत नहीं हो सकता because मैं वहाँ पे लाखों छापूंगा, you are already letting that be overpowering compared to logical mind. And it is right कि आप लाखों छापोगे, but आप इंडिया में नहीं रह रहे हो कि आपका एक्सपेंस सामने नहीं है. So while you work in any you know like minimum wage आपका 1650 है, अगर आप उस हिसाब से 40 घंटे के हिसाब से देखो आप लाखों छाप रहे हो, but that is not enough for you to survive.
Yes.
So don't think कि आप वो लाखों छाप रहे हो, आप वो घर पे भेज पा रहे हो, आप रह तो यहाँ पे रहे ना, तो आपको वो एक्सपेंस भी तो लगने वाला है. So I think that expectation setting is very important. और मैं हमेशा से ये like this is one conversation जो मैं करता था मेरे रूममेट के साथ कि अपने को you know to have the opportunities in life, what is the most important thing? And I think it's exposure. It's not decision making, it's not clarity. वो सब तो आएगा eventually. बट आई थिंक एक्सपोज, अगर मेरे को पता ही नहीं किसी बारे में, हाउ कैन आई थिंक कि मेरे को सीखना है? अगर आपको AI का पता ही नहीं तो आप सीखोगे कैसे? सो आई थिंक दैट इज़ वेयर इफ़ यू लाइक यू नो आई वुड ऑल्सो रिक्वेस्ट कि अगर देर आर वेज दैट यू कैन से कि अगर कोई आपको ये बोल रहा है तो आप यहाँ पे जाके आप चेक करो पहले. सो इफ़ यू कैन गिव स्टूडेंट्स दैट यू नो इन्फॉर्मेशन, बिकॉज आई नो सो मेनी पीपल हु वांट टू, आई पर्सनली हैड वन, मेरे मासी ने उसको बोला था कि मेरा यू नो लाइक माई सन इज यू नो लाइक इन कैनेडा, तो उससे बात कर, ही विल गाइड यू. नाउ लकीली आई वाज देयर सो आई कुड टेल हिम द राइट इन्फॉर्मेशन बिकॉज कोई एजेंडा नहीं है. एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल वांट टू गिव राइट इन्फॉर्मेशन बिकॉज दे हैव सीन द पेन.
ट्रू.
सो इफ यू कैन ऑल्सो लेट पीपल नो कि भाई आप ये सब मत देखो, आप ये देखो. ऑफ कोर्स वन इज कैन कि आप यू नो देखो उसमें यू नो यू हैव ऑल द इन्फॉर्मेशन पोस्टेड ऑन योर सोशल, बट व्हाट इज द अदर वे टू सी ऑल्सो मे बी लाइसेंस कि अच्छा ये रजिस्टर्ड भी है कि नहीं. If while they are coming to you, great, but if not, if they are going to someone else, check that registration, check ये, check वो. Then you make a decision because there are so many people who are like भाई इसमें जा, इसमें मिल जाएगा, and what they are doing is basically उनका commission निकल रहा है. So what do you think, like if you can suggest that would be great.
Do shopping around, जो हम इंडियंस सबसे बेस्ट तरीके से करते हैं. बट क्या होता है कि everyone wanted to hear those things what they wanted to listen. तो यानी कि बोलते हैं कि किसी ने अगर बोल दिया यार वर्क परमिट में जा सकते हो, तुम 30,000 खर्च कर रहे हो, तुम स्टडी में जाओगे 40,000 खर्च करोगे, जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड द मोटिव बिहाइंड दैट। बोलते ना कि वी नो वेरी वेल कि यार बंदा अपना काम निकालना चाहता है। Always I recommend कि चलो even if someone takes consultation from me, I tell openly like go talk about this thing to another 2-3 immigration firm. Because the reason is when you talk to other people कि नहीं यार ये है, either the person will support or either the person will say that कि नहीं ये सही नहीं है. But always before making a final decision, talk to 2-3 registered immigration lawyer or consultant if it's about the immigration. If it's about the buying a property, go and shop around. Take all the information you need. Once you get all the information, compile it, Google यार क्या चाहिए और. But do not blindly just follow one person कि चलो ये बंदे ने ये बताया मैं वही करने वाला हूँ. दूसरा important चीज़, अगर if it relate to immigration, you can call CIC. So CIC, yes, it takes some time to connect with them, but once it connected, you can literally ask any kind of questions to them, and again it's free of charge. And again they after the call they will send you an email with all the conversation or या फिर supportive links.
Okay.
Third thing, go to CICC website. So जो भी immigration consultants होते हैं जो भी, तो उनका एक head body होता है, governing body होती है जो कि हमेशा right information support करती है. So you can go there. They also publish lot of information about immigration की what is the reality. But उसके अलावा अगर मान लो कि कोई बच्चा भी PNP करना चाहता है, AIP करना चाहता है, रूरल कम्युनिटी प्रोग्राम करना चाहता है, you don't even need to depend upon immigration firms. That I tell everyone. These small programs have specific offices. Okay. AIP is one of them. जहाँ पर कि आपने सुना होगा न्यू ब्रंसविक में फूड सर्विस सुपरवाइजर, हेल्पर और एक और जॉब नॉक है, वो सिर्फ AIP नहीं मिलता है. There was one employer in New Brunswick who contributed around 20 to 30% of New Brunswick economy. Very big shot. They have contacted the AIP office and requested that they have certain employees who will be leaving अगर उनको support नहीं करते. Food service supervisor का AIP approval उन्होंने निकाल कर दे दिया. Now the point is that employer took that pain to call them and talk to them. So right information. Same thing rural immigration pilot program. जिसको PR का नहीं मिलेगा पता है CRS पॉइंट के बारे में, फिर उनको एजेंट लोग ये बोलते हैं कि चलो move to certain community, you will get a PR. Now think about it कि number of applicants in the particular community would be very less. Just call the rural immigration pilot program office. You can discuss with them and they will clarify all your queries without any charges. Same thing with OINP or PNP office. Student should, or otherwise if parents are there, before they are sending the kids to Canada, they need to talk to at least 2 to 3 relatives. Like you said, you have one of the family member who reached you. But also talk to 2-3 different people because everyone has a different mindsets. Right. You get the knowledge from there. Talk to 2-3 different agents. But again, never go to an agent who's, think about how many agents might have visited Canada. उन्होंने Canada देखा नहीं होता. They only have the news. So when you're taking a knowledge from a person who never even visited Canada, that person is just gonna get the same thing what you can even find in the YouTubes. Contact someone who is licensed, who is having a reputation, go through a references. Because now अगर मान लो यार मेरे को खाना भी खरीदना है, I ask my friends about it, यार कौन सा रेस्टोरेंट जाना है, I do Google research. फिर अगर अच्छा रिव्यू है सब कुछ है, then I go and have a food there. I don't want a disappointment there. So जब यार खाने में हम इतना रिसर्च कर सकते हैं, तो यार बच्चों की जिंदगी में पेरेंट्स क्यों नहीं रिसर्च कर सकते? So these are the something कि always do research and contact the licensed bodies. जैसे OINP हो गया, RNIP हो गया, CIC हो गया, CICC हो गया. Contact them, they will guide everyone.
Got it.
And it's free. And every international student, last and most important, contact your international office of your college. आपके इंटरनेशनल ऑफिस में रजिस्टर्ड कंसल्टेंट्स होते हैं. ये बताओ यार कितने बच्चे वहाँ जाके पूछते होंगे. They are ready to move the province क्योंकि उनके दोस्तों ने बोला, बट उनके जो कॉलेज में जो कंसल्टेंट है जो कि फ्री है क्योंकि उन्होंने इतनी ह्यूज फी पे की है, उनसे कोई बात नहीं करता.
वही हो जाता है ना, ऐसा भाग दौड़ में लग जाते हैं कि पीपल डोंट क्वेश्चन, या फिर ये लाइक जस्ट सिटिंग एंड बी लाइक अरे यार मेरे कॉलेज में भी तो होगा ये. सो इट इज़ वेरी सिंपल थॉट राइट, होता है सबको पता है, बट वही कि आप बैठ के सोचो क्योंकि यूर लाइक कॉन्स्टेंट डर ही नहीं यार नहीं किया टाइम पे. पीपल गेट सो बॉक डाउन और इतना डर है मार्केट में कि लाइक यू जस्ट समवन कैशेस ऑन इट, या फिर आपने कि उसने वो किया तो मेरे लिए भी चल जाएगा.
Hey guys, thank you so much for staying till end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this content. Subscribe below so that you don't miss part 2 coming soon.